Hello and welcome to another edition of the Red Phoenix Gaming Podcast number 004. Today is October 17th, 2014. With me as always is Michelle, and I of course am your host Derek. And let's talk about some gaming stuff and news and things that we care about for this week.
You're really pumped up tonight.
I am so amped up.
What's going on? You going somewhere?
Well, I'd like to be going to a lot of places, but actually, I'm going on a little vacación mañana, which is Spanish for tomorrow, for those who don't know. Nice little trip in this little islandy place called Jamaica, something like that.
That's close. Okay, that sounds fun.
And so I am pretty amped up. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep at all tonight, but we'll see what happens.
Probably not.
You know who else is amped up?
Who?
Destiny.
Jesus. All the destinies.
Hashtag segue.
Right?
After the first month, Destiny has 3.2 million daily players.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people, especially for a brand new IP. I mean, obviously we're part of this. What are your thoughts about Destiny? Do you think it's getting a lot of ground, and is it well worth it?
I love it. I love playing Destiny. It's a lot of fun. It's a newer game. It's not something I normally play. It's a little bit different from like those open games like Borderlands, but it's still a lot of fun. It reminds me more of like a Call of Duty than like Borderlands, I guess. But I love it. I have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's a great game. I'm really happily
playing your face off.
Well, yeah, I'm glad it didn't turn out to be like a Halo with multiplayer type thing. Like it has some Halo aspects to it, but a lot of it is just its own game. It basically took the Halo walls and smashed them and said, let's do an MMO off of this and change it completely around. And I mean, I dig it. I think it turned out to be great, but
another thing that's nice too, like we'll be going and doing something, and we'll get in, and there will be other people there, and they'll help you out. But as soon as they're done, they go on their way and do their own missions. So it's nice because you do have that little bit of interaction, but like they're not all up in your face, getting in your way.
Yeah, like we've seen a lot where they have like the path forks basically, and we'll both be like in the same area going and do the same things, and all of a sudden they take a left and we take a right, and they go on a different quest. But like for the first part of that quest, we're kind of helping each other out. Or I think the last time we did it, I was sniping and I saved some dude a couple times, and like you've revived other people, and then we've been revived
a lot. Like during one thing that we were doing, I could not keep up, and this person was just keeping me alive, which I appreciated. And as soon as it was done, we did what we needed to do. It was all over. We did a little dance, a little cha-cha, a little pointing, and then we went on our way. It was awesome, you know. I like that interaction with people, but then, you know, they're not sucking and ruining things for us. So I love it. Right.
It's nice to have that community dynamic with an FPS, because it's, well, an MMO, I guess, because it's just, you're able to talk to people even without having to talk to people. So it's nice for people who are a little antisocial or shy or whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Speaking of FPSs, do you see Cliffy B has a new arena FPS?
Cliff Bleszinski.
Are you amped up? Be honest.
No.
Oh.
I don't really play PC games. When I heard about like his new venture with this project Blue Streak, I was excited, and then they were talking about it being an arena game, so I was thinking, oh my gosh, you know, he was
Unreal.
Exactly. That's
Unreal all over again.
The first time I ever played a game with my husband was on PC, and it was Unreal, and I had a lot of fun with it. But I don't like PC gaming. But I got really excited, and I thought he was going to do something. So I mean, it's cool. And I think it'll be fun, and I think it'll be great, and it's free, which, geez, who doesn't like that? I don't know. Maybe I'll play it. Is it going to be on Mac? Do we know that? Or is it just...
it says PC, so I would assume at some point it'll end up moving over to
someday.
Mac.
I mean, if it's free, and, you know, maybe I will.
Well, yeah, the free-to-play, like, model right now is just flying because everyone wants to play free games. Everyone's got strapped for cash, and if you really like the game, you're going to spend money to get either hats in some games or
pink guns,
or different outfits or whatever. So I think it's cool, and I'm super stoked that it's the guy who made Unreal. It's if we saw some sort of Unreal weapons like throwbacks or Quake or whatever.
Great.
Yeah, I'd be amped up for it. So I'm pretty excited to see Cliffy B get on the horse here and come out with something nice. I just hope his expectations aren't going to be too high with this because I don't think it's going to turn into his Gears franchise. He left.
Yeah, it's so funny too because I've been waiting. I waited for so long to hear what he was going to do after he left Epic Games. So now that we know what it is, I'm kind of excited for him. I hope he does well, and if it does come to Mac, I'm gonna play it.
I hear you. I'm the same way. Well, I don't need a Mac though because I'm not a loser. But
that's you're hurting. You're making hurtful comments.
Well, I'm sorry. You just gotta move over to PC Master Race, and then you won't have to worry about it.
Whatever.
Well, Cliffy B's expectations may not be too high. Capcom's, I think, may actually be a little too high. Did you see this recent news story, whatever you want to say, that came out about them not making a sequel unless they hit 2 million copies?
I did not see that at all.
So there's this news story that came out where the producer of Capcom, Yoshinori Ono, I believe, basically said that if a game doesn't sell over 2 million copies, then they're just going to put the brakes on a sequel. So for a game like Dead Rising 3, which we played the crap out of.
Oh, yeah.
If it doesn't hit 2 million copies, we basically are not going to see a Dead Rising 4.
Ah.
And he basically said that for every single game. So like Darkstalkers, which a lot of fans were really looking forward to, like the next Darkstalkers game. He basically said, look, don't expect that game anytime soon because, it's not selling where we think it should sell. So we're not going to put any more money into it.
Kind of makes sense from a business standpoint, I guess. If you're not going to make money off one, why would you keep doing it if you're going to be broke still? I guess.
Well, are you really going to be broke though? I mean, what if you sell 1.7 million copies? Is that still a failure? I mean, I guarantee you, all those people who were at that studio made their money. They're all still probably working. They're just not working on that title anymore. Right. So, I mean, I'm interested to see if they actually hold to it, or if they're like, well, this is selling well, not as well as we'd hoped, but let's push out something else. Yeah. Or like they did during E3 and they pushed out all that DLC that got people on board. I know it's not the same thing as pushing a new game, but it's a lot of DLC. It has some sort of production value to it, right?
Totally.
So Michelle, when you play a game, do you like the main character to continually be the same person throughout the series? Or do you like to see a change?
You know what happens? I get really attached to people. So I guess sometimes, yes. I was really sad when Ezio wasn't in the next Assassin's Creed, but I adapted, so I was okay with it. And then like we played Gears Judgment, and you still had familiar characters, but you didn't have Marcus Fenix in it. So, it was a little disappointing, but I still played it.
Had a little hole in your heart.
Yeah, but why would you play like Mario and not have Mario in it, right?
Well, yeah, I get that. I mean, Mario is one of the staples. Mario's been there forever. Same thing with like Link. I found that, I guess my thought is that Nintendo does it where they pretty much they get something that's good and then they run with it and they continue to run with it
for 150 years.
For whatever it is, going on like 30 years of Mario or something. I think Microsoft is taking a page out of their book and sticking with Master Chief for the same reason, because he's the iconic character for Xbox.
I associate Master Chief with Xbox. I guess. Like, if, when you see him, you think Halo, and I automatically think Xbox because that's like their baby. Like,
Yeah, it's almost like their moniker, sort of. Where
yeah,
like you associate Mario with Nintendo, you associate Master Chief with Xbox.
totally.
Does PlayStation have somebody you associate with?
Yes. God of War. I don't know. Maybe that's if I think of PlayStation, that's exactly what I think of. When I think of these things, you think of like games that are only associated with that console, I guess.
Like, was a very definitive yes with no real answer after. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? The guy's
But
got
I
the powder
don't
makeup
know.
and the red on him. Laura Croft for a while there. You associated with PlayStation.
Yeah, for a while. Now it's no longer.
Anybody can have
Hey,
her.
same thing like Spyro. Spyro used to be way back in the day like the main thing with PlayStation, and
Yeah.
now he's a Skylander, and everybody's a Skylander on every console.
There's
So
no Skylander in my house.
that's all right. Mine
It's
aren't
all
there yet.
Disney Infinity all day.
Oh, repping the Disney.
Oh yeah, love it.
I have a question for you, Michelle.
Sure.
Are you a fan of video games becoming movies, or movies becoming video games, or anything of that nature?
Well, yes, I would love to. There are so many games I would love to see a movie about, like BioShock.
Yep.
I'd love that. Assassin's Creed. I'd love that. What
Are you nervous if they do something like that and they screw it up completely?
I guess so, but I mean, they've made movies successfully. Resident Evil,
It's funny you mentioned Resident Evil.
successful.
Yeah, I guess
I liked
was
it. I enjoyed it. I
minorly
dug it.
successful. I liked the movie. I thought it was it brought in enough for the gamer to be like, oh, that's cool, that was in the game, or like just little tidbits of information that kind of relate that you can be like, oh yeah, I know
Geek out
what that
about a
is.
little bit.
Yeah, but they've actually been talking about creating a TV show based off of Resident Evil.
Get out.
It's in the works. I guess
That
they're
can either crash and burn or be really awesome.
yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. I was like, do you think that a TV show is really going to make it? I mean,
No.
some of the movies they barely make it, and it's only for an hour and a half.
Yeah, like in Japan, like I'm a big anime fan, and in
Yep.
Japan they make like corny live shows of some of the animes. I don't know if you've ever seen them, but like you can see clips and stuff, and like they had one that was Death Note that was really weird. So sometimes it is best to just leave the original alone. So I don't know how if they want to do a Resident Evil TV show.
Yeah,
That's Walking Dead.
basically, yeah. I mean, they're talking about the TV series is in the works, and we're not expecting to see it anytime soon, but it's planned. So I'm just curious on if it actually, if a game TV show can actually get some legs. I mean, I guess Sonic the Hedgehog did for a little while. It was a Saturday morning
That's a
cartoon, but it still had some legs. I don't know if Rez can do it because of all the zombie things that are out there, or if it's just going to be white noise. But
Or maybe that's exactly why they're doing it, because of all the zombie stuff happening right now. But
Try
if
to
you
get
think
on the
about it,
gravy
like they turn around and they take these movies and TV shows and turn them into games.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But again, they were books first too. Like I immediately thought like Walking Dead, the game, but that was a book, and then it was a TV show, and then it was a game, and then you have like Game of Thrones that Telltale, am I right, is doing game.
I think so.
Yeah, something like that. So I don't know. I guess they all can kind of mesh sometimes as long as it's done right.
Yeah, I completely agree. If they're going to bring it in there and do a half-assed job, and I'm not going to be very excited for it.
I would probably watch the first episode, and it's either going to, sell
Make it
me
a
or
break.
not.
Yep.
Right.
Speaking, quick sidebar, since you are an anime fan, have you ever watched Rurouni Kenshin?
No.
Okay, well, never mind then.
Does that mean I'm not an anime fan?
No, it does. I was just curious. It's Batosai the Manslayer, kind of like a historical fiction, but not really, about a samurai trying to transition, blah blah blah, whatever. but they did a live action version of it,
Uh-huh.
and it in Japan, and I mean, they have a dub version
Really
or
good.
a sub version online, and it was
Huh.
phenomenal. Like it was really interesting how they went about it all.
Have you ever watched Samurai 7, like the anime?
I have not.
That's probably my favorite, and the next time you're up in my hood, I should give them to you to borrow because you would love them.
It's something I'll have to catch up on.
Yeah, super good. I love that. That's one of my faves.
Well, let's talk about some more games here. Let's see what else is coming out here. We have a couple games. Let's see, Assassins is coming out, and in the near future here, Siege is coming out too. Rainbow Six.
Oh yeah,
Now,
yeah.
how excited are you for
I'm
either of
pumped.
these games?
I'm pumped. I saw them put that out. Was it E3?
Yeah.
Oh my god! And I'm watching it and I'm like, is that what is it? Is it? Yes, I cannot wait.
It's
I'm
gonna
very
be
excited.
sick. I'm stoked. I'm gonna have to find more people who play these type of games so that I have 5 friends to go in or 4 friends to go in with me.
Yeah.
And need some sort of master strategist or something. But yeah, I'm really stoked for it, and it's also I think it's going to be one of the prettier games for the next gen systems because it's going to be at 60 frames per second across Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
Oh, that'll be good.
Now, I don't know what the resolution is, but 60 frames per second is just it's gonna flow
It'll be
nicely.
gorgeous. Gorgeous.
How excited are you for Rogue?
Oh my god, I cannot wait to sail ships again.
You sound facetious.
No, that's sarcasm.
Absolutely.
I'm okay with
Not-
it though. I'm
you're
excited.
not a
I'm
ship-
going. I hate the ships. We always
ship-
talk about this. I hate the ships.
At least you can swim.
Oh, the swimming all day. And this is going to pick up right from like where Edward Kenway left off. Is that correct?
Yeah,
With
something
more
like that.
ships.
You're actually going to. Well, technically, I
Same
think
ship?
Rogue is going to be before that. I don't remember where it is. It's going to be in the same time frame as Hamish.
Hamish, that's Edward Kenway's boy.
No, it's Connor Kenway's. Yeah. Connor Kenway's dad. So right. So it's gonna be after 4, but before 3, or during 3, or I don't know. It's weird. It's
Wait a
really
minute.
weird.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Edward Kenway's son is Hatham.
Yes.
Hatham then had Connor.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure I had that all.
And then spoiler alert. I'm gonna say something about the third game. So if you don't want to hear it, mute for the next 5 seconds. It's obviously Hatham dies because you kill him.
He's a bad man anyway.
So obviously it's got to be before or during 3, right? It'd have to, because he's going to be on. You're going to see him on Rogue.
Yes.
So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm really hoping to see a bunch of awesome changes to the ships, a bunch more interesting things, and I'm pretty excited to kill some assassins. I know, blasphemy. I know,
Nope. It's
but I'm
awful.
so amped up.
Can we talk about another spoiler? Can we just talk about that for a second? I'm going to say another spoiler about 3. 1, 2, 3. Ready? I was so upset when you find out that Hatham is not an assassin and he's a bad guy. Right in the beginning, you're playing as this dude, you think you're an assassin, and then bam, he's a Templar, and your day is ruined.
In your defense, he was the worst assassin ever.
Terrible assassin. He probably got kicked out. He didn't shift.
They're like,
They were
oh,
just
he's such a good assassin. Not. You are out of the club.
You can't even hide your weapons properly. We're going to need to ask you to leave.
They're just like, deuces. Get out.
Bye. Okay, sorry.
It's okay. Well, snap back to reality. Oh, there goes Destiny again.
Oh, you want to talk about Destiny some more?
Yeah, why not? We like Destiny, so we'll
love
keep
Destiny.
talking about it. So, we've come across a couple different loot caves or loot stairs or, whatever.
Loot hallways.
Loot hallways.
Uh-huh.
They're all going, and they're going
I
fast.
know that you find them and then bam, they're gone.
Have you seen that there's a nice little video for to like the first, like an ode to the first loot cave?
No.
Oh my god, you have to look it up. So basically, you walk in the loot cave where the very first one was found, and there's a pile of like ashes or dirt or whatever, and you can actually click a button to disturb the remains.
Oh my.
And then this creepy voice comes over, and it was like the Cryptarch. A million souls is not enough for the Cryptarch, something like that. It's super dark, it's super awesome,
Nice.
and it's super creepy. But it was it was a nice little turn for all those people who found this loot cave, and now they don't let you exploit it anymore.
Oh, yeah. No, that's pretty cool. I like that they keep up with it, you know. Here's a loot cave. Oh, we're going to take it away, and now we're going to mess with you. Good for you guys. I love it.
Well, surprise, surprise. In the month of September here, I know.
Don't say it. Don't do it. Don't. Go ahead.
I won't do it now.
Do it.
All
I
right.
bet you that in the month of September, PlayStation 4 sold more than Xbox One.
That's correct.
And
That
I
is
bet
correct.
you Xbox One was like, we're going to make a comeback. Wait till holiday season. Something along those lines. Did that happen again?
Oh,
I feel
it
like this
has
is
to happen.
a monthly thing.
Well, I think if they don't stop making noise, they're going to be like irrelevant. So that's why they're just like, "Hey guys, don't forget about us.
Look
don't
out.
forget about us."
Look out.
On top of that, Destiny was the #1 game for the month of September. Go figure.
I want that white PlayStation 4. I want to go eat at Taco Bell
Go
every
eat some
single
more Taco
day.
Bell.
And I want to win that sucker.
I if you win it, then you don't have to worry about your PlayStation TV, which just came out this week.
I know. I know.
Reading reviews on that, I've heard that it's underwhelming.
Really? I haven't really saw what it, because everything I've read was, you know, pre-ordering and blah, 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 and what other people when they got their hands on it. But it'll be interesting for me to look up and see what people have to say about it, because that is something we were looking into purchasing.
Well, are you like a reviews shopper, or do you just say, I'm going to get this and then I'll review it for myself when I get it?
It depends on how much it costs, honestly.
What's the threshold? Because for me, if it's like more than $12,
No.
I have to read every review, the good ones and the bad ones.
I make choices based on like what my friends tell me to do, and 9 out of 9, no, I'll say like 9.5 out of 10 times they're spot on, and then sometimes they're like, oh my god, buy Battlefield 4, it's so awesome, we're gonna have so much fun.
It is awesome.
And then I'm like, you guys are bad friends. Or I buy like these driving games, you know,
And then never play
and
them.
I never play them. But
I feel you there.
I don't know. Apple seems to put out a product, and I really don't care how bad it is or how good it is or how much it costs, and I go out and buy it because I'm a slave. So, no, this I would probably look into before I buy it because it's over $100. Let's say that.
Well, yeah, it's right there at 100. So I mean, yeah, I don't think I'll end up getting it, honestly. I might if I'm gonna start playing games in my bed, but I don't think I'm going to, because that's just streaming through my.
You have a house full of consoles too, so.
Yeah, true. So, do you like loot caves? I know we've talked about it like 3 times, but do you like loot caves?
I do. I love them.
So there's another loot cave, but don't worry, it's not going to get shut down by Destiny because it's in Borderlands.
Yes, we've been playing Borderlands, the pre-sequel, air day since Tuesday. Like it's
Instead
our
of
job.
packing.
Yeah, no packing. Forget about Jamaica. I'm telling you, just pack up that Xbox 360. When your wife takes a nap, you can plug it in. We can play a little bit.
I think when my wife takes a nap, I'm going to be taking a nap.
I hate your face.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I hope you have a great time.
You don't mean that, but it's okay.
Get a little sunburn, whatever.
I wish all of the lumens of sun on your back.
All right,
That's all right.
Borderland loot caves.
Yes, so they found a loot cave in Borderlands. We're definitely gonna have to check this out. I'm just saying before it gets shut down.
That's fine.
But it's like it's basically the same concept of the Destiny loot cave, and it just lets you crush, experience and
All the
loot,
loot.
and everything. So it's kind of interesting, and I wonder how long it's going to take until it gets shut down. Or maybe they won't shut it down because Borderlands has that cool sort of like jokey side to them where they'll start off and it'll be like a loot cave, and then they'll put a patch in where all of a sudden, like halfway through, it'll be like, this is funny, and it just stops giving you experience or something.
Yeah.
Like that's their kind of MO. So I'm kind of interested to see what they end up doing with it.
We should go find that though before they do make any changes to it.
Find that dough.
Yeah.
A jiggy dar dar do.
A jiggy dar dar do. Dirty dirty dir. Man, because I
So-
flow. Sorry. Getting out of hand.
So I know that you aren't a super big fan, but your husband is, of Half-Life 3.
Right. I saw this. I know where you're going.
There's a new.
I can't even. I'm gonna let you just talk because I can't even go. Just go. I can't even.
So there's
I
a
can't
new-
even.
Oh my God! Stop cutting me off, or else I'm like murder you. Don't say murder. So there's a new crowdfunding, quote unquote, Kickstarter, but not really because it's on Indiegogo, where they're trying to crowdfund a campaign for Half-Life 3. Do you think, no matter how much money they make, that it's actually going to do anything?
So they want to raise money.
Yes.
People like us.
People like us.
want to raise money
Yes.
just to be like, hey, Valve, can we please have Half-Life 3? This is what you're saying. This is what this is.
Yes.
And they're going
yes.
to take that money and they're going to do Google ads.
That's for
And then
3,000.
some giant billboard trucks.
That's for 9,000.
And then they're going to have some Gabe Newell lookalikes wear
That-
some T-shirts.
Yep. It
on
says we want
private
Half-Life
property.
3. Yep. That's for 45,000.
I can't.
And then for the last one, they're going to hold a concert in Seattle, invite all of the Valve employees, and speak to them directly, saying that they want Half-Life 3.
Is Macklemore going to like headline it? Because he's from that area, right?
I don't know who's going to headline it. All I have to say is if/when it ends up getting funded, because people love Half-Life, do you think anything's really going to come from it?
I think it'll get their attention. I think that, if anything, maybe they'll, I don't know.
I don't want to speak blasphemous about it, but do you think it's going to turn into like a Duke Nukem, where 10 years later they put out this game and it's garbage?
If they do that, though, I'm going to go pre-order that and pay for it in full and keep my receipt.
And then take
You know
it
that
back?
one guy? No, you know that one guy that did that for the whole
No.
time? You didn't hear about that? So
No.
this guy pre-ordered it when they first announced it, paid for it in full, kept the receipt. And how long did it take them to get it together? Like forever and a billion years?
10 years.
Yeah.
It was almost 10 years.
And so he brings the
Or something
original receipt and they give him like so much stuff because he was so dedicated.
So you're basically saying that you would have to pre-order it like today, Half-Life 3 today. And then
Well, it has
5
to be
years from
announced.
now, when it actually comes out,
Then like
you
maybe you'll get cool
just have
stuff.
all of the things. I'm
How
sure
about
some
this?
probably already did it.
How about you get on your pedestal there and be like, "Hey Valve, can I get Portal 3 please? Cuz I would like that."
See, I think Portal 3 is something that is going to come out before Half-Life 3, and it's going to make everyone nuts.
I haven't heard a peep and it kills me because I loved Portal 1. I loved Portal 2 and I would really appreciate Portal 3. Because
Yeah,
those are the best. I love it.
That was one of the best co-op shooters that you don't even shoot at anyone that I've ever played.
Yeah.
Ever. It was so good. But yeah, I I hope it happens. I
Me
really do.
too.
I see Portal happening before Half-Life.
Yeah. I think this whole like Half-Life campaign, more power to you, but that's a lot of time and energy and people's money to be
And
putting into like, hey, look at me. Please make this game.
hey, we really like this. Help, please make it, please.
Please. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's turn the mood around here. I don't want to be a downer all night.
All right,
So,
Debbie.
are you? We talked about you being a Gears fan. Did you see that Phil Spencer may have given everyone who has an Xbox hope for a Gears of War collection coming to Xbox One?
I saw that he retweeted something about like some kind of Marcus Fenix collection. And then he backpedaled and said that nothing's been announced and he didn't mean to jump up there. But hey, have this Halo collection.
Yeah. He made a mistake in air quotes, like Michelle said last time. You can't see my air quotes, but I'm doing them.
It's happening.
Made a mistake and threw out Marcus Phoenix collection. I'm guessing that there's going to be something along the lines for games 1 through 3, almost the same way Halo came out and
I
did.
think you can buy that for Xbox 360 right now, right? Isn't there like some kind of collection that maybe Epic did where you can buy 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, but I think that they'll probably remaster them for the new system, give them updated graphics or something, and then you get 1,000 more per gamer score, and all the people who are gamer whores will be like, yeah, it's so awesome.
Awesome. You know what? If they did that, I might consider purchasing that because I love Gears.
I'd buy 3 games for $60. Those
Yeah.
3 especially.
Yeah, and play them all over again. And then you'd have new people playing them. You'd have people who weren't born when Gears 1 came out playing them. You know, like, you'd have all brand new people playing online, and I think it would be pretty cool. And I'm a huge Gears fangirl, so. But, you know, Phil Spencer, if you don't want to do that, why don't you make a new Gears game and put Marcus Phoenix in it?
Yeah, like Gears 4.
Thanks.
I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm not judging. I'm just telling you.
I got a great idea. Let's do a Kickstarter.
Yeah, for Gears 4.
About Gears 4. Because Judgment was okay.
I can't confirm or deny that.
But nobody wants to play as Baird.
It's because he's a douche.
Such a dick.
So, my final story that I has for you tonight, Bayonetta. We don't give the Wii U a lot of love on our podcast, so I apologize.
I don't play Wii U.
I don't play it yet, but I'm about to get one. Let me tell you. But Bayonetta 2 has been getting some rave freaking reviews. Have you been seeing this?
Yeah, because she's so hot.
Whoa, she's not a piece of meat. It's funny you say that, though, because a ton of people are, well, I shouldn't say a ton. There's actually some outlets out there who are giving it bad reviews just because she's basically like walking sex.
What?
How do you feel about this?
That's stupid.
Like, isn't it okay for a woman to just be a strong woman in a game and be a character?
Yeah, it's so funny. We were talking yesterday. The character I play as, what's her name?
Athena.
Like, at first, she's got like this cute little butt, but then when you go to the side, it's kind of flat. You know, and so I was kind of upset about that because I'm like, oh my god, look at my butt. And then you get the side view and it's a little bit flat. I don't care. It's funny. I don't care about stuff like that. Like that, those things don't offend me. It doesn't bother me. And even before we started having this conversation, I said, because she's hot. I mean, who cares? Like, what are people complaining about?
Well, is it more for you personally? I mean, if I give my opinion, I'm a man, then people are going to be like, oh, you're just a male pig who likes to see women half naked with their clothes made out of hair or something. So I don't want to give too much of my opinion. I don't think it matters if she's walking sex or not, because there's been badass female characters in other games. Lara Croft, although she has a character model of an attractive woman, is a badass character. I don't care if she looks like Lara Croft or she looks like Ellie from Borderlands. As long as she's
Oh,
a
that's your
badass character,
girl.
that's my girl. As long as she's a badass character, I really don't care. And the same thing goes for Bayonetta, which, like I said, I haven't played yet because I don't have a Wii U. But if she's awesome, let her be awesome. It doesn't matter what her moves are or what goes with it, as long as it's an awesome game and it's filled with good story and it's like,
Yeah, I don't find stuff like that offensive. Like, I guess I could see how some people might, depending on, how do I put this? I don't know. I don't want to be, I don't want to be offensive to anyone, but
I'll be offensive if you're a feminist and you find it offensive because she's a woman and she's being objectified. The point of the character, in my opinion, again, this is coming from a man, and you can yell at the comments all you want. She's using her sexualization as a power. She's owning it. It's the same thing that people do all over the place. You own what you got. And that's the way the character's made. She's not a little cutesy, little like, I need to be saved, damsel in distress. No, she's a badass who uses sex as a power, not manipulatively, like just goes in, punches you in the throat,
and
and
your
boom,
face.
you're done.
Yeah. That stuff doesn't bother me. I mean, Grand Theft Auto, running over people, doesn't bother me. And maybe it's because, and not that there's something wrong with me, but I know the difference between reality and playing a video game, which is ridiculous. I feel like running people over in a video game is hysterical because it's so ridiculous. And you wouldn't do that in real life. So I feel like however they want to dress people, it really shouldn't. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't matter to me. If you can have someone running around half naked, and if she's your kick-ass main character, great. You have Anya Stroud in Gears, who, you know, kind of sat behind a desk in the beginning, and then in Gears 3, she was so badass in her little tank top like gear. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it matters. I think however they build the character and whatever personality they have, that's what matters. And if you find it offensive, don't play it. Don't bitch about it. Just don't play it. Don't buy the product. If you don't like it, that's all I have to say about that.
Right, because whether you rent it or you buy it or however you get your hands on it, you borrow it from a friend, one way or another, you are showing those people, the people who make that game, that you like the game. Even if you didn't like the game, you're still supporting them one way or another. So again, this is coming from a male perspective, and it should be taken with a grain of salt, I guess. But I don't care one way or another as long as there's a good story behind it, and the woman is as badass as possible. For instance, Mass Effect. I know you didn't play it, but you can choose if you're going to be a male or female.
I played a little bit. I played a demo, I believe.
Yeah, and you played some multiplayer.
Right. And you could be female Shep. Am I in the right direction?
Yeah, so you can be a male or a female. And
That's
either
right.
way, you still have basically the same choices. So it doesn't really matter to me one way or another as long as they are the boss.
And I prefer to play as a girl. Like, if we play a multiplayer game or any type of game and I get the choice, I will pick playing a chick. You know what I mean? I played as Maya in the second Borderlands game, and most of her clothes are cut off, but I love her, and she kicked ass, and she saved everybody's life, and that didn't bother. And I always made her pink, and it was great. Like, it doesn't, that stuff doesn't bother me.
I made all my guys pink, so it's like,
you know, but that stuff doesn't bother me. And if it bothers you, just don't support it and move along. Don't find something to complain about. I think that's stupid.
Well, one more question then. If Assassin's Creed was a chick instead of Ezio.
They had a chick.
Instead of Ezio, though. She's a womanizer, or, well, I guess, manonizing.
Okay.
Malinizing, whatever. She was a pimp at.
Is that what you're calling Ezio?
He was a womanizer.
And that's fine. I'll tell you what. The reason it was so easy to play the hell out of that game is because he was so charming to play as that you loved it. You wouldn't get that, but from a female perspective, like, you love him and that accent. So
you get a female in there, and she's charming, and she's sleeping around with dudes, does it turn around? Does it turn her into, oh, now it's just some floozy who's an assassin, or is it she's still badass?
She's so badass because she's gonna murder everything. Who hasn't played The Sims and got to be a chick and got to, you know, hook up? Everybody's done it.
I've never done it. I don't play The Sims.
Such a liar.
I don't play The Sims.
You know what I mean? I like if it was turned and it was a female, I would still play the hell out of it.
And you play it the same way.
The exact
and you wouldn't
same
make
way.
any other changes.
No.
And it wouldn't matter.
Because you would be a badass murdering chick.
Exactly. I'm there with you. I just was curious on the female perspective. And I mean, I guess there's multiple female perspectives, and I'm sorry if I offended any feminists out there when I called you out. I apologize. But yeah, I don't see any problem with Bayonetta wearing her hair for clothes as long as it's relevant.
Yeah. Like, if you're going to show vagina or some side boob, make sure that it goes along with the storyline.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't just throw boobs in. I mean, whatever, but...
Don't need random boobs.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Unless...
Even that wouldn't really bother me. Whatever. I mean, what do we see? Assassins 3, Ezio starts out in a bathtub with a chick. Come on.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it.
It's cool.
It's who he is.
That's right. Right on. Well, that's all I got for you, man. What you got for me? Anything?
That's it. I think we wrapped it up.
Covered everything? All right. Well, what are you playing this week?
We are playing Borderlands until tomorrow, and then I'm probably just going to catch up on my DVR for a week because I have, like, Grey's Anatomy, and I missed American Horror Story on Wednesday, so...
Got some Walking Dead on Sunday.
Walking Dead. Oh, love it.
Gotta love it.
Love it.
Well, I'm not going to play anything this week.
You're going to get sunburn and drink
I apologize.
frosty beverages with your wife.
You hold down the fort, and we will see you guys in a week and a day, hopefully. Saturday or Sunday, we'll be putting out another podcast. So, you know, game hard, have fun, and don't forget to comment, subscribe, like,
please.
Facebook, Twitter,
or hate us, whatever.
Website. Hey, you can dislike as long as you comment. Tell us how terrible we are, and we can have a discussion with you about how you're wrong.
Yeah, open a dialogue with us.
No worries, we don't bite.
That's right.
Hard.
Too much.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, thumbs up. We're out of here.
Bye.
Toodles.